Good evening. What's going on, people? Bitcoin is just under 93k, and we are hovering inside this 4-hour bearish OB. I just wanted to get a quick update out there to let you know my position in the market. I think when I last came to you, we were just in this region here. So I've got a couple of things to go over. But I did mention when I was last on a live that I was looking for a 15-minute bearish market structure shift in this order block. I had it marked out like this. So I was waiting for price to come up to this zone and show some sort of reaction, which it did. On the 15-minute, we can see a clear trend. And I was talking about this on my X. See a clear trend here. This one just breaks this high. And so I was waiting for a 15-minute bearish market structure shift, which occurred just here. And again, I updated on my X everything that I was looking for. You can see here, I was updating constantly. So do go and follow that. I think that will be useful to you. Not financial advice, just my own trades, my own thoughts. So yeah, market structure shifts happened just here. And you can see if you had followed this advice after the market structure shift, we had a 50% pullback perfectly, just between the 0.5 and the 0.618. And then an even lower time frame bearish market structure shift. But if you were following my X, you would have seen me take this position over the weekend, which I closed for a 4.5R, I believe. So that was a great trade. And if you did miss that, don't worry. If you follow my X and subscribe to the YouTube, you know, there'll be plenty more opportunities. So that was the short in the continuation of the trend, which is a downtrend clearly on the 4-hour. We retraced to the order block, showed a market structure shift, and then we went lower. There was a clear possibility that we could continue lower here and create a new low. Obviously, we've had a really strong move from this daily order block and haven't actually had any decent retracements, which does show a lot of strength. Daily MACD's slowly starting to come back up. This is a really nice move upwards. It is a strong indication that there's some buying pressure coming in. It may be possible that the low is in here, and we've reacted beautifully to this order block just here. What I'll be looking for to confirm a reversal is a break of this high just here. And the reason I say that is because this high just here only includes 2 4-hour green candles, and I like to use 3 in my strategy as a reversal sign. So this is the high I'll be looking to break, hence why I've got this order block placed here. So we've had a nice reaction from it and a beautiful sell-off, and this is now our second time inside this order block, and in fact we did actually just wick through it. So what I need to see is a 4-hour candle close above this high. If a 4-hour candle closes above this high, I'll be under the impression that this trend here is going to reverse, this 4-hour trend, and that may bring us up to this order block, whatever. That's not important right now. The important thing is if we break through this order block and close a 4-hour candle above, that's confirmation for me that we're reversing this trend and we can flip long. So let's quickly discuss what would happen if that was the case. So if we did break through this and we've got a candle close, what I'll be looking for then, as I talk about a lot on my channel, is a 50% retracement. I think it's very reasonable to take this as the low, just here. So depending on how high we go, I'll be pulling my fib up for this leg, waiting for a retracement, and then a 15-minute bullish market structure shift. So if we close above this level, if we break this order block, we reverse the 4-hour trend, and I'll be waiting for a retracement, at least 50%, and then a market structure shift for my entry. What gives me a bit of hope that this is going to happen is we are building a bit of liquidity just as we tapped into this order block. It is likely that we're going to push here. Whether or not we close a 4-hour candle, I don't know. So we'll have to see what happens. On the flip side, if we again start to show some reversal signs here from this 15-minute uptrend, for instance, if we see a wick through here again and then a sharp drop, that'll be a clear market structure shift. There's the shift, there's the break, and that will, again, similarly to here, that'll be an indication that we're going to drop. So that'll be a great position for short entries. So there's two possible scenarios here, in my opinion, and there is a third. First scenario is we push through this. Actually, the first scenario is we show some sort of rejection signs in this 4-hour bearish order block in the form of a 15-minute market structure shift, bearish, and then a small retracement that will confirm we're going to go lower for my strategy. The second option is we push through this order block, close a 4-hour candle above this high, then we get the retracement, wait for a 15-minute market structure shift, and we have reversal of the 4-hour downtrend into an uptrend. So that's the second thing. The third thing to look out for is a straight push up with no pullback, in which case I'll need to reassess because the daily downtrend high currently sits here. If this happens and we enter this order block just here, if we have enough sell pressure in this zone, that can continue the daily downtrend. So if we have a straight push with no pullbacks, despite looking extremely bullish, I'll be a bit more cautious as we enter this order block just up here for obvious reasons, daily level. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what we'll be looking for. Some sort of reaction in this zone to show us we're going to go a bit lower. A push through and a close above, then a retracement, great opportunity for a long. And the third option is we just push straight up in which case I'll be looking for rejection signs just here. So there's a few things I'll be looking out for, but do make sure to follow my X so you don't miss any updates. I'm on there all day, mostly updating, and it's basically a journal for me at this point, X. With how long I've been trading, I do obviously still journal, but this is a great way of getting my thoughts down, and I can obviously look back through and see what I was feeling at a certain time. So yeah, but yeah, go ahead and follow that. I think it'll be very useful to you. And I will be updating as soon as if we have a reversal sign here, I'll let you guys know on X. If we push through, I'll update you. So that's what I'll be looking for. I was hoping we would get a couple of people live so we can answer some questions and do some chart requests, but it's a bit of a quiet one today. Another case for a small uptrend starting in Bitcoin is the change in structure of the Dixie. So this has actually currently produced a 4-hour bearish market structure shift from a clear daily order block. And it looks like we want to come down and take some of this liquidity. So depending on how low we go here, I would expect a retracement to eventually lead us much lower. And that is a good thing for your alts and Bitcoin. So that is further confluence that we may be reversing this trend. But again, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait for the chart to tell us what's going to happen. Total is similar, actually extremely similar chart. I'm looking for the exact same things. I'm currently just hovering in this order block right now. Yeah, it's not confirmed yet, in my opinion, that this is reversing. Let's quickly pop the link in on X. So XRP has made a market structure shift here on the 4-hour. Had a clear retracement to the discount zone. It would be expected that we see continuation from here, or reversal of this 4-hour trend here, which could bring us up to this order block. We'll keep it on the 4-hour. see how we react in this zone, but if the total can push through this zone here, XRP I'd expect to come up to this order block. XLM's the same. XMR just bullish as fuck. That was an ETH trade that we caught on X. Oh yes, we got somebody live. How's it going? Drop any chart requests in the comments if you'd like me to look at any. This was a trade that we caught over the weekend. So we could see what we're looking for in Bitcoin. I mentioned we entered this order block just up here, and we showed a market structure shift on the 15-minute, small retracement, and that was our entry for a short. And you see this set, if you go through my videos, you'll see this setup occur every single time. This is the setup I'm looking for. 15-minute market structure shift, a close on the hourly as well, close on the daily for the market structure break, close on the hourly for the market structure shift. Really nice confluence there. Choppy uptrend into the 50%, perfect entry for a short. And we had some liquidity lying below just here. So this was the absolute perfect setup. And again, I was updating the whole time on X, what I'll be looking for, what my position was when I was closing out. So if you're not following that, you're missing out, in my opinion. Average duration 10 seconds. Cool. Got somebody live for 10 seconds with us. Let's go. Success. So this is a nice high for ETH actually. This can be considered a market structure shift. What's frustrating, I've been really waiting for the total to push through. There have been some alts changing structure, but I always trade in confluence with the total chart. I've seen way too many failed market structure shifts when the total wasn't in confluence. The win rate, when you look at them correlated, is substantial. You know, from 40 to 60%. But yeah, a few alts have been breaking structure. But you know where to look for. You know where the highs are. I'm sure you can count the highs and the lows. Downtrend. And we broke. So we can look at ADA and we can, if the total crosses, then we can look for a retracement and some bullish signs. That'll be the long entry. I'm going to add that to my watch list. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 has had a really big move. This is a really bullish push. Again, if the total can push through this bearish order block, I'd be looking for a retracement to the discount zone on 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗑 for a nice long position. That can end up being a really nice swing position too. Hype. I guess I'm just going to go through all my alts. Link has smashed through this order block. So Link has shifted structure. A lot of the big ones popping off, but I'm not comfortable. Oops. I'm not comfortable until we have some sort of retracement. And this could continue higher, you know, even if now this continues higher, I'll just pull the fib up, then wait for a retrace. That's how it works. A few lagging behind. At least you guys can actually see how I do my TA. It's a very simple process every day. We look at the total, we look at Bitcoin, we get our thesis lined up, and then we check alts to see if they are in confluence with the charts. Mark the 4-hour high, mark the last one, or the 1 hour or the 15-minute, and then just wait for the charts to react to your drawings, and wait for the setup to occur that you know is profitable. A lot of waiting. So yeah, a lot of alts are lagging behind a bit. Some of the big ones and a couple of the memes are showing a lot of strength. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 has pulled back and made another push higher. So this looks like it wants to continue. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥, SPX, and Brett. These are some really strong memes right now. 𝗗𝗦𝗡's had a beautiful market structure shift, 50% pullback, discount zone, long entry. 15-minute market structure shift, let's see. Perfect 15-minute market structure shift. Can you see that? Can you see this strategy? Let's see if we pull back to 50%. Bruh. Learn this shit. This is crazy. That's a 5-hour trade right now. Just got to learn it. So we'll wait for continuation here. That move's completed. Now we wait for the next move. Now we wait for the next retracement. And we long the 15-minute market structure shift there. I don't know what to tell you. It's so easy. You can see a lot of these alts are breaking already. But yeah, I'd like, as I said, I want to see Bitcoin push through. I want to see total push through. And I want the 4-hour candle to close above. That's confirmation for me. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, follow this. Peace.